MoneroTopia weekly news segment is sponsored by WizardSwap.io, a non-custodial cryptocurrency exchange.
Did we get all these big super chats? Wow, I think we missed this one. There was this.
Oh, I did miss that one.
Poach one tip. Did we get this one? Poach one tip, $10. Shan't believe your wave magic until I see proof of Cape Body Wizard. Did Body answer that one? I feel bad if he didn't.
No, I didn't even. I must have been scrolled a little bit far up to have missed those. Let me pull Body back up.
Yeah, that was a nice $10
tip. Looks like there's a couple super chats I missed, Body. If you're still there,
then,
maybe he dipped.
And then another very, very generous tip. McGold666 tipped $100.60. I like money. Wow. And you must really like this show because you're willing to give up your money.
His name is Me Gold.
Greatly appreciate that, Me
Oh,
Gold.
thank you, Me Gold 666. She knows this is a funny name. I think that's the largest super chat, the largest XMR chat that's ever been sent to this channel.
Might be. Yeah, I don't know. We've had some sizable ones. I think that might be the biggest. Wow, thank you, Me Gold. Yeah, we should have a
leaderboard.
We should have a leaderboard on pages. That's a great little feature.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah.
And then they could just the largest tips, maybe like the top 5 stay on the leaderboard. So you can kind of fight to claim a spot. That's actually a great idea.
Make them fight with their money. That sounds evil.
Make it competitive. Buy ad space on your page.
Yeah, I'm just glad you brought those up. Sorry about those, guys. I was not ignoring your super chats. It was just my scroll view wasn't automatically updating, so I was higher up. But yeah, thank you so much.
Maybe Body could answer that question later about the wave magic.
Yep.
Till proof of Cape Body Wizard. I'm not sure what that. Yeah.
That's a funny sentence. Yeah, I guess, is Tony even here?
Yeah. Hey, what's up, guys?
GM, Tony. How's it going?
Hey, good.
What's up?
Good. How are you guys?
Good.
All right.
How was news? Do we have a lot of news or not? Did I lie to the people? Do we actually have a large news segment?
Not like usual, but still like a good amount of discussion that we can have today. So I was trying to get stuff, but some weeks are bigger news, some smaller news, but we still have like quite some interesting stuff to talk about.
So, all right, make it happen. Yeah, because we have Paranoia Machinery that's sitting waiting to jump up. So we'll keep it moving.
That's a cool name. Okay, so let's get into the news section. And by the way, guys, thank you so much for the likes, the support, the donations, all this stuff. Like, we really appreciate it. But let's get into the news section. So the first thing, I actually just saw this as I was browsing for more stuff to talk about today. And also, if you guys have anything that you want us to cover, you can. I watched the YouTube chat, so if you have any questions or links or anything, then I'll take a look. But I really love this. I'm gonna save this picture. I really like it. So it's Monero in the middle, and then the title is Reminder. You can just use Monero, and then it just goes into all sorts of dimensions, like wallet, market. You have XMR Bazaar right here, directory. You have Monerica, which is an amazing website, by the way. KYC.me. News, if you want to get your news, docs, Explorer, infrastructure, payment, DEXs, CEXs, all these things. So it's really an amazing picture, we do give the links as well, so then you can click on it and save it yourself. But I do love this image. Now let's move on to this 2-minute video of Christine Lagarde, which I think she's the president of the European Central Bank. And before we even play it, don't you love the color of her suit? That orange and black. Actually, it's a nice suit. I need to consider buying an orange one. It looks very good. I don't like what she's about to talk about, but she she's pointing towards certain colors that we like in this community. So so she's going to talk about the digital euro, which we've been talking in the past, and the fact that you need to cover OPSEC because XMR is useless if you don't know OPSEC. Yes, of course, that's very important. But so let's watch this video, guys, and we'll discuss it a little bit.
On your second point, I tend to share your views. Nature doesn't like vacuum. And we started working on the digital euro way back. Actually, when I started my term 5.5 years ago. And I'm not claiming, parentality on the digital euro, because my colleague Benoît Cœuré had already committed a speech on this matter before I arrived. But I certainly carried on with that project, and subsequently Fabio Panetta on the board, and then Piero Cipollone, who has replaced Fabio, have taken the lead together with a very, very good team, which is focused on accelerating the pace and hopefully campaigning enough with all the stakeholders, meaning European Parliament, meaning European Council, meaning European Commission, so that we can eventually, not put to bed, but put to reality this digital euro. The deadline for us is going to be October of 25, and we are getting ready for that deadline, but we will not be able to move unless the other parties, the stakeholders, as I call them, Commission, Council, and Parliament, actually complete the legislative process, without which we will not be able to move. And I think it is critically important. And it seems to the agnostic or the skeptics, it seems to be more relevant and more of an imperative now than ever before, both on the wholesale and on the retail level, both.
Oh, wow, crazy. Yeah, it is crazy. And for the past couple of years, we've been mentioning the digital euro and when it would come to fruition. And at this time, we have a deadline, which is October. And if it does get approved, then we're certainly going to go in this digital euro direction. But anyhow, the way I see it is that the general direction is towards having a digitalized form of money, just because we're so connected nowadays and we need speed. And having a digital form of money is speed. We can do a lot more transactions and everything. But yeah, so October 2025. Nihilist tipped 1.24. Thank you so much. Christine Lagarde announcing the digital euro. I'm not kidding. Fellow Europeans stack the Monero up until October. See you on RetoSwap, everyone. Yeah, that's what I recommend as well. XMR will go up. It will go up, and more people are going to discover it. And also, I do want to mention, just as a side note a little bit, I love her scarf as well, because it has the 3 colors of Monero, which is white, black, and orange. So she kind of has the whole Monero outfit right there while talking about the digital euro. Maybe is that a wink wink? Maybe actually she's going to implement Monero instead of the digital euro. Probably not. But yeah, so that was about Christine Lagarde. Now let's go over to our our buddy Klaus Schwab. And God, this guy. But okay, so let's watch this 23-second video of him saying stuff that we've heard in the past. And he loves to say, if you have nothing to hide, you shouldn't be afraid. God, this just sounds so awful. We need to be transparent. We need total transparency. Okay, well then, whatever. Let's build houses with just glass, transparent glass. No more walls, no more nothing. Full transparency from inside your house to your finances to everything. And also don't own anything as well. God, it's crazy. Miguel66, Trojan horse from Monero. Yeah, maybe Christine Lagarde is the Trojan horse right there. But okay, let's watch this video.
Ce nouveau monde, on doit accepter une transparence.
If you're just listening, and you're not watching on YouTube because it has subtitles, that's what he's basically just talking about. You not owning anything, transparency, total transparency. Yeah, so let's continue watching it.
Et je dirais même une transparence totale. Tout va être transparent. Et il faut s'habituer, il faut se comporter ainsi. Ça devient, comment dirais-je, intégré dans votre personnalité. Mais si on n'a rien à cacher, il ne faut pas avoir peur. Ce nouveau monde.
If you have nothing to hide, you shouldn't be afraid. I have nothing to hide, but I still don't want the whole world to know what I'm. He sounds like a demon. Yeah, that's he does. UTXO. How about Klaus and Lagarde upload a history of all their transactions so we can analyze them, right? If they're not doing anything wrong, they have nothing to hide. Right. So is this going to apply to just us, the sheep, or is it going to apply to them too? Are we going to see his transactions? Are we going to see what he's doing? Are we, But yeah, it's quite a scary future. This kind of, and I love a book by Yanis Varoufakis, if you guys know, Techno-Feudalism. These big tech companies that get so much data off of you. Instagram, Facebook, these are not free. They just capture so much about you, and it's being used against you. I'm not even sure if I like personalized algorithms, because it's just fitting. Yes, it's giving me stuff that I really like, but in the same time, I do want to break off of it sometimes and discover new things instead of fitting the same mindset that I have. It's a long topic, but yeah, it's crazy. Let's go on to the new another article. So we talked in the past about DEXs, CEXs, whether it's good for Monero to be on a centralized exchange. And yes, it is. We don't need centralized exchanges. It would be good for exposure, because a lot of people are not like us, and they use Coinbase, they use Robinhood to buy crypto. They're not in it for the reason that we are. And if Monero was on these exchanges, they would see it, and then they would kind of ponder, well, what is this thing, and look into it. So on that note, it is positive that Monero would be on centralized exchanges, although we don't need it. And if you are going to use centralized exchanges to purchase your Monero, make sure that you get it out as soon as possible, because Binance has done this in the past, and now Poloniex, HTX, MaxC, Let's Exchange have closed XMR withdrawal. So we have the first image. This is Poloniex, Monero withdrawal closed. So you're stuck in there. HTX, boom, stuck. MaxC, stuck. Let's Exchange. Yeah, let's exchange. Maybe let's not exchange. Temporarily unavailable for Monero. We were number 3 on CoinMarketCap. Yeah, we were top 10. And hopefully we will be top 10. Just there's so many stupid projects out there today that just capture all the liquidities. And that's how it is. Then let's talk about Cake Wallet. They have a new update, a scam protection with token whitelisting, which I like. They're always improving. I love Cake Wallet. I've been using it for a couple of years now. And just from design to, I just like it. And they also have a giveaway that I want to mention. So giveaway, 100 Monero giveaway with X crypto payments using our Bird Pay to enter. So set up Bird Pay, comment, and with a matching Cake Wallet receive screen, and retweet this post. And well, actually today he's got a big free winner. So in case you haven't, go ahead and enter. I'm not sure if it's too late. And hopefully you're going to win $100 in Monero. Moving on, let's talk about the Bitcoin reserve. We talked about it last week on March 6th. Was it March 6th or 7th? I think March 6th. It was a Friday. And essentially, the US established a Bitcoin reserve. And I was thinking about what that would mean, essentially. Would they purchase Bitcoin into the reserve, or what would they do? A lot of people, including myself, probably thought that they would purchase Bitcoin and they would add to that reserve. And what was interesting to watch, so I was actually on, just like a side note a little bit, I was on Wall Street Bets, and I actually saw this in the morning of when this guy posted 11 days ago. He said, here's a 50 bagger play, MSTR, MicroStrategy, options. And it was like a 240, which was pretty low. And then he just, in the same day, actually he posted this on the bottom, which is crazy. And then he went to 290. So, and he had quite a large position. So this guy made his millions right there. But God, I should have put some money. But the feta was too high. Anyway, but also and then we'll get into something else, but I wanted to mention a bit about the Bitcoin reserve. What is interesting as well, and I'll try to be 1% of body right here by opening TradingView, but on Sunday, I remember it was like 10 a.m. and then I was looking at the Bitcoin charts. It was sitting at 85, and I knew it was at 70 something K, and then all of a sudden it was 94. And then I, saw that Trump is talking about the Bitcoin reserve, Bitcoin XRP, blah, blah. So yeah, Bitcoin went up. In that period, MSTR went up. That would have been a nice play. I should have done it, whatever.
Yeah, there's like a whale that knew ahead of time is what it looked like. And that pump was so, like, it went up, right back down within 24 hours, basically.
Yeah.
Super fake
funny
looking. We do got a super chat here from Ron Smith to 25 cents. Do you guys think a Bitcoin crypto super cycle will happen this year? For last year, the U.S. has been printing $1 trillion every 100 days just to service the national debt. The money printer never sleeps. Yeah, the money printer never sleeps. And this is yet another thing that Trump was running on that's just like not really looking great. Is that, we're gonna shrink the government spending, we're gonna reduce national debt, and it's just continuing to go up effectively at the same rate. I mean, there could be. That's definitely more of something Body could say. But if they continue to print it the way they are, especially if they start printing even more, then I mean, yeah, that's what drives these ridiculous prices. Is the constant printing and the government spending, which kind of artificially drives the economy.
Yes, I'm going to say the same about stocks, and then I'm not going to get too much into this. This is more like a Body question, but I wouldn't be impressed even if Bitcoin goes to 200, 500K, because I just don't believe in it. So I don't care how high it goes. Should I capitalize on it and the fact that it is going up? And actually in 2016, and I was talking to a friend, and I think some of us have this story, and he told me about the Bitcoin, what it is, and it's $600, and I just said, it's too expensive. Well, look where we are today. But
how could you not have bought Bitcoin in like 2008, man? How'd you not know? You'd be so rich by now.
Yeah, dude, I actually have a friend. So he used to buy weed with Bitcoin and tip him like 50 Bitcoin. So yeah, I think we all have a friend or something. But yeah, it's kind of interesting. I don't know. Even if, say, you caught it early, but then you realize that, hey, this is transparent, it's not going to work, blah blah, and then you haven't bought into it, and then it did go up somehow. I don't know. Some things go up, and it just doesn't make sense why they're even such high price. But yeah, but it all takes me to this actually. So essentially, I thought that they're going to purchase Bitcoin. That's what I thought. That's what I thought the intention of the Bitcoin reserve is, and it's still quite insane that we have a Bitcoin reserve, that it all came so far. But essentially, the Bitcoin that they have in the reserve is the one that is confiscated, forfeited from criminal activity or not, depends on how you define criminal activity, I guess. But I like what Doug said. Braking and boating accidents don't apply to Bitcoin. They don't. When the government wants to confiscate your Bitcoin and you claim you lost it, the government will surveil your addresses to see if you ever move it. So Monero people have been warning Bitcoiners about this for years. We are now seeing real-world examples, and this is, I guess, the first real-world example. So a man was held in contempt in federal court for refusing to surrender 119.65 Bitcoin. That's a lot of Bitcoin that was subject to a seizure order. And he has to pay $10,000 for each day he doesn't comply. And here is the image of the United States District Court for the District of Puerto Rico. Juan Carlos Reynoso. And they even put the address. You can type this address and look what happened. Is the Bitcoin? That's crazy.
Look, I'm mempool that space and see how much is still in there.
Actually, I was thinking of doing it after. So yeah, so we can actually check to see if the Bitcoin is still there. Has it moved, or what happened? It's interesting. But with Monero, the if you say you have it, then obviously they know you do. But other than that, there's no way to know that you have Monero or what you've done with it. So that's the amazing part of it. I'm not encouraging criminal activities, of course, none of us is, but just from a privacy perspective, what if you're actually not a criminal? What if you're Edward Snowden, right? But you're a criminal now, and they want to seize your Bitcoin. Well, if you have Monero, that's going to be hard to happen, because you're just holding. It's better than even holding or hiding money under the floor or underneath the mattress. So you can only have a boat accident with Monero. Yes. Yeah, Monero is the ultimate accident. Monero is like the Atlantida that nobody has found and nobody will find.
This is just the U.S. trying to add to their reserve. That's it.
Yeah,
They want
exactly.
that juicy 120 BTC, man. And I mean, that's also why the pump didn't fully take off and it dumped. Now, there's definitely some insider stuff going on there, but also it didn't really continue up because Trump explicitly came out and said that we're not using taxpayer money to fund this reserve. So that's what speculators wanted taxpayer money to be used, because that would drive the price up further. But instead, it's just going to be through civil asset forfeiture, like we're seeing right here.
Yes.
Which in some ways I almost think is worse, because regardless of whichever way they do it, it's going to ultimately be on the backs of taxpayer money, right? Whether they buy it themselves or they take from taxpayers. But doing the civil asset forfeiture way, it almost seems like worse, because there's going to be a bigger emphasis and there's going to be a much greater motive for them to go after people who have Bitcoin or have crypto in general. So,
yes.
But this will also highlight Monero and privacy on blockchain in general. So,
yeah, that's a really good point, actually. So now they have a big motive to go after you and your crypto and to criminalize you. And I guess
it's
now
all
I
just
know.
continuing to steal your money to pay off the reckless debt that they created. That's all this is.
Yep. Yeah, I like the way you think about it. Yeah, and that's why in part of this reserve, there's XRP, right? I think because he did mention XRP, Ethereum, and all these other
Solana
cryptos.
even.
Yeah. So yeah, ANLOS. That's what Solana is if you spell it backwards. By the way, and that's what I think about it. But now you have your answer. Why all these? Why these specifically? Why XRP? Is it really that good? Why Solana? Is it really that good? Well, probably they're just and they are very popular. So that's their way of obtaining it. Are we going to see other ones added in the future? Maybe Monero? I don't know. Maybe. Well, that's too hard for them. And with the next hard fork, it's going to be a lot harder for them to confiscate it or do whatever. So yeah, this was interesting. Moving on, Docker opens door to crypto hackers for Monero currency. Essentially, there was a vulnerability in its systems, CV 2019-5736. And so the Docker Remote API is a great way to control your remote Docker host, including automating the deployment process and controlling the state of your containers. With this great power comes a great risk. If the control gets into the wrong hands, your entire network can be in danger. And that's what happened for about 400 to 3,800 Docker hosts, which were found to be potentially at risk. And most of the 400 hosts were already running a hack on Monero, an open source cryptocurrency. I think, and they say Monero is considered as desirable target precisely because it contains an obscure ledger, meaning that its transactions are difficult to trace for either a source or a destination. This design provides hackers with an opportunity to use Monero funds without getting detected. So yes, it is. So
yeah, I don't really. I don't know. Tux has insight into this. I actually just found this article Googling Monero before the show. I like to do that too, just to see if there's anything like popping up mainstream regarding Monero. And this article came up. It's from a couple of days ago. I haven't even seen it like really tweeted out much.
Yeah, I haven't seen
same.
this article in particular. This
Maybe
one's new, but
is it accurate? I mean, I don't really understand.
probably this is not unheard of before. It sounds like people are abusing I'd have to read through this to fully understand. Are they mining on these?
Well,
Docker Compose containers?
We can go on the CV itself, and they have a lot of
Yeah, that's what
links.
I'm not really understanding. Is it like they put? I don't think it's that they're mining. They make it sound like it's
Go
like,
back to the title real quick. Yeah, go back to the title.
That's what I thought.
Docker opens door to crypto hackers for Monero currency to exploit security glitch.
It's kind of poorly written article.
This does seem really,
It's written by somebody I think who really doesn't understand the issue at hand. Not saying, and because of that, I don't understand the issue at hand.
Yeah, for me, like it was.
There we go. That paragraph right there makes sense. Other programs have had problems with Monero code being surreptitiously installed for under the radar cryptocurrency mining, indication that this kind of cryptojack may be on the rise. That is not unheard of before. Like
so it's
secured Kubernetes clusters have commonly been used to mine Monero because for one, Monero, you have to use CPUs to mine Monero for one, and then for two, it's anonymous, right? So it's kind of the perfect thing if you're going to hijack a server to mine, you would want to get Monero.
Yeah, but is that what they're saying here is being done? I don't know, because that's something with they're hacking into. There's a vulnerability in Docker that's allowing them to put.
Yeah, it looks like they might be alluding to.
They're also talking about phishing campaigns, which people can do, and using botnets on those systems and stuff like that. So I'm not sure if they're referring to people now exploiting these Docker hosts to mine Monero, or to
that is a possibility.
Or to extort them of and ask payment in Monero through. I don't know. It's not a great piece, and I'm glad I'm not the only one that has issues and struggles with this. But.
All right, moving on. It's on our radar.
Yeah.
If anybody has
I'll
further
redo that whole
I feel like Devrick, if he's I doubt he's listening right now. He might have some good insight into this.
Well,
there's a lot of links. If you look up the CVE number of this specific exploit, there's a lot of links. So I don't know, maybe one has some more information, but let's move on to Cuprate. So we talked about Cuprate, I think last week or 2 weeks ago, but officially version 0.01 has been released, and just in case you haven't heard of Cuprate before, they're basically recreating the already existing Monero node software in a new language called Rust. It's programmed to follow the same consensus rules that the existing Monero node uses. It's essentially rewriting the same Monero node in a new language, clearing technical debt, and adding performance improvements along the way, since they can start from a clean slate. And you can go on their GitHub, track the progress, look into it. But yeah, it's moving, and it's amazing. Moving on, we have Orange Friend, and Orange Friend is an exchange, and these are their stats for searches in February. XMR is 43%, which takes the most, and Bitcoin 24, Litecoin 12, Ethereum 6, and the lowest is Zcash at 0.22%. So why is Zcash last? I don't know. But yeah, Monero taking the leaderboards.
Oh, we actually asked that in the post. Why is Zcash last?
So we talked about Elon Musk in kind of like the beginning of the show, mid-show, and I did want to mention the X outage a little bit, what happened, why it matters, and I still, even after reading this article and looking into it, I still don't know what happened. Allegedly, so they had a huge, massive cyber attack, which was so big that he even tweeted about it, and news outlets were on it, and things of that nature. It was a large-scale DDoS attack. It was very, very big, and we have a timeline right here of the events. So early morning, it started. 21,000 reports in the US and 10,000 in the UK. 9:30 kept going. More users reporting disruptions throughout the day, and then evening by 6:24 p.m. ET, it kind of just started to go down, and the platform was stabilizing. Now, from what I've seen, the attack was committed by a pro-Palestinian hacker group known as Darkstorm Team. I'm not sure if this is true. Sometimes hacker groups claim responsibility, but it's not actually them that have done it. Maybe it is them. I'm not sure. But yeah, they did have quite a big outage, and I'm just wondering why and what's the motive. And obviously, it depends on who has done it. Are people? I don't know. Is it specifically against Musk and what he's been doing, or I don't know. I don't know what
Who
to
did
say.
say
I
was
don't
the
know if
culprit?
anybody
You
knows.
said
Maybe he does.
pro-Palestinian.
Yeah,
That
this was
sounds like
interesting.
the perfect excuse to continue
Then
censoring
let's
people.
see. Let's go to. Okay, we have a couple more.
Can you
This
hear
is
me,
from
Tony?
Escuelita Bitcoin. Over 200 high school students aged 13 to 17 took their first step into the world of Bitcoin at Instituto Nuestra Señora del Rosario in Mendoza, Argentina, empowered by Cake Wallet and sovereign tools for sovereign individuals shaping the next generation of financial freedom. So that's awesome to see. Here's a couple pictures. Yeah, Cake Wallet is awesome. It's easy to use. It looks beautiful, which matters. And yeah, awesome team. It's amazing. So I really like this post a lot. Now, okay, I have 2 more. Let's go to this one. So Zed posted on X. He said, "Hey guys, what does the phrase the Monero community on X remind me of what's happening in this video?" Now, I don't think the same, but let's watch it anyway a little bit. Yeah, so that's a little funny video.
So yeah, did you see this guy's post?
Okay,
He's
and
saying,
let's see.
Tony.
"Hey Tony, can you hear me?
Tony.
Last
Tony.
news for this week. We have
Can Tony
Thomas
not
and
hear
Mason.
me?
Doug, you might have to help me out a little bit here. I did try to do my homework on him, and
Oh, okay. Yeah, just back to the
I
previous
still
story.
don't know a lot.
I don't think Tony hears
Armando,
us.
Yeah, I don't think Tony can hear it.
Tony. What is going on with you,
Budget,
my friend?
copy paste, omnibus this week. Why would I vote to continue the waste, fraud, and abuse Doge has found? We were told
Tony.
we were told the CR in December would get us to March when we would fight. Here we are in March, funding again. WTFO. Then somebody retweeted TikTok Tommy, and then he responded to that, and he said, "Someone thinks they can control my voting card by threatening my re-election. Guess what? Doesn't work on me. 3 times I've had a challenger who tried to be more MAGA than me, not boasted 25% because my constituents prefer transparency and principles over blind allegiance." And I did want to. I saw this picture and I wanted to show you guys, which is him and Ross Albrecht, which is good to see. So,
Tony, can you hear us?
Doc talking to you.
Hello.
Oh no, it's my. Wait, hold on.
Testing. Tony.
Hello.
Just let him
Hello.
go. Maybe he's got something.
1 sec.
I DM'd him.
Not sure what happened. That was really weird.
Okay, can you guys talk now?
Yeah,
Yeah,
we're talking. Can you hear us?
Well, I can't hear anything. Hold on.
Yeah.
Tony's gone deaf. Oh no, guys.
Send him a Monero.
We need to
Top
create a
super chat.
Kuno for Tony so he can get his ears replaced.
Hello.
Hello.
Shit.
I know we are being picked up on stream and including Tony, so it's not on our side. Probably should just let him continue.
I guess just try to finish off, Tony. Obviously, you can't hear me right now, but I'm sending you my brain waves.
Can you guys hear me or?
Yeah, I
don't know
hear
what
you.
happened.
Can you hear me? No. Super funny. Oh well, we're just gonna let Tony continue.
Tony is in fact unstoppable. Tony, go.
Okay, I guess you guys can hear me, but Okay, that's confusing. Tony can be stopped, dog. He's too strong. Yeah, sorry. I didn't know you were talking. I'm sorry. But okay. Let's go back. Okay, good. Okay. Yeah. So yeah, just last thing, and then I guess I'll mute myself so Doug and Tux can take over and talk about this too. God, use Linux. Yeah, I know. I switch between Windows, Linux, and Mac OS. Such a I should just be using Linux next time. But the thing is, like, I got my headphones to work with Windows, but I'll have to get it on Linux as well. Anyway, but yeah, so I do like this picture of Thomas Massey. I don't know much about him, and hopefully Doug can talk more about this post. But he seems to be, libertarian, I suppose. Yeah, I'm not sure what more to say about this, but yeah. So if Doug can talk about it, and this was the news section. So these were all the links for this week, and yeah. So I'm gonna mute myself for a bit now.
All right, thank you, Tony.
Alrighty.
Not
Yeah,
sure what
Thomas
happened
Massey. Basically, I'm sure Tux, you saw this, right? Trump
I did
kind of
see
went
this,
head
yep.
to head with Massey.
Not looking good for Trump.
Yeah, that was unfortunate to see. Thomas Massey is the most principled congressman in office. I mean, I don't know, unless there's somebody else that I'm not aware of.
People were
Truly
sharing around
libertarian.
this image that was comparing Donald Trump versus Thomas Massey, and it's showing the IPAC money, or like the Israeli lobby money, and Trump was like $234 billion, and Massey was zero. So
yeah, he doesn't have an APAC handler.
he does not. He might have a different handler, we don't know, but at least he doesn't have an APAC handler. That's for sure.
Exactly right. We don't know who his handler is if he has one, but he's basically going head to head with Trump right now, right? Because he wasn't on board with the bill that they were trying to pass.
The CR, yeah.
And so Trump basically calling out to primary him in the next race to try to get another Republican in. So yeah, unfortunate to see. He should be propping up Massey. Giving him more of a microphone, allowing him to help kind of dictate the broader path forward for MAGA, right? Let him help dictate the path and the policy, but instead he is trying to boot him from Congress. So that's unfortunate to say.
Yeah, he's one of the probably handful of people that are actually decent congressmen. So can't have that, right?
Yeah. And and that previous tweet, I don't know if Tony fully explained, but there was, I don't know if you saw that guy Zet basically tweeting saying if you can basically dox him, he'll give you, I think he put up 10 XMR. So he's causing some controversy.
I did not see that.
Yeah, and he's been putting up some lengthy posts. I started DMing with him, but he wrote me like a 10-minute long message, so I haven't responded to it. I will get back to you, Zet. I was trying to get him to come up on this show, but he wants to. I thought if anything, it would help be a hint to help him get doxxed, if that's his goal. But basically, he played this obscure video, and he's trying to make the analogy saying that let's not be. Are we the equivalent of the tinfoil hats that went to check out Area 51, and we're not really, we're just drinking our own Kool-Aid here. He's basically saying like, Monero, there's a lot of people in Monero that talk a big game, but are they really private? Are they really capable of maintaining their anonymity? So he's offering himself as a target and wants to see if people can dox him. And then he's also, I think, mentioned he'll start trying to dox other people if they can't dox him or something. So this is pretty interesting. Tux, what do you think about this?
Interesting. We've got some field games for Monero.
Yeah, I'll DM him right now and see if we can get him to jump up on viewers on stage. I doubt he'll do it. But yeah, just wanted to get that story across. I thought that was interesting. I think he's making some good points overall. But yeah, I don't know if we want to see innocent people get doxxed.
Interesting.
So, but yeah, let's keep it moving. Let's get.
We have one more thing to share that wasn't brought up. That's really funny.
Oh, okay.
Let me go and share my screen instead. Oops, gotta pull this one down. There we go. So, Fluffy Pony tweeted this a couple days ago. He's watching the FBI show, and there was a Monero mention on it. So let's play this clip real quick.
This is Assistant Special Agent in Charge Jubal Valentine with the FBI. I see that you and your accomplices have taken over North Star 236. At this point, no one has been hurt. This can end now. All you have to do is stop the train. Who am I speaking with?
I'm not giving you my name.
Okay, then a pseudonym, so we can have a proper conversation.
Jamie.
Okay, Jamie. So why are you doing this?
What does anyone do anything in this country? We want money. We will email you
a wallet address to your tip line. We want $261 million in Monero.
untraceable crypto.
Untraceable crypto.
That's a pretty good one. That's good.
Who's yelling in the?
That was Fluffy.
I didn't see this. This is fantastic. But like we said, this is probably how things are going to play out, right? So life imitates art. So and then next scene is them trying to pass the new Patriot Act.
Yep. He'll be like, it's evil.
The Matrix is real, folks. The Matrix is real.
All right. Well, yeah, I think that was it. Yeah, it looks like Tony's still having issues with his.
Ernie C. Tip 50 cents. Cake wallet is fantastic.
Thank you, Ernie C. Appreciate the tip and the compliment.
I wonder if that's an Ernie C. I know. That would be hilarious.
Thank you, Tony, for
impressed.
coming up to the news, even though you can't hear us right now. Appreciate you as always.